Ancient humans probably had a much healthier relationship with teeth than we do, and that is a very uncomfortable thing to admit, because it means our ancestors survived without half the dental drama modern people treat as normal. No toothpaste aisle, no fluoride treatments, no emergency fillings, no mysterious little gadgets that vibrate in your mouth while a stranger in gloves judges your life choices. And yet, for a long time, ancient humans rarely got cavities. That sounds wrong. It sounds like the body forgot to follow the instructions. If our ancestors lived without modern dental care, how on earth were their teeth still holding up better than ours? The answer starts with what they were actually eating. Ancient humans did not live on the kind of soft, processed food that quietly wrecks teeth today. A lot of modern cavity problems come from sugar, sticky starches, refined flour, and constant snacking. Teeth are strong, but they are not designed to be attacked all day long by sweet little traps that cling to the surface and feed bacteria like a buffet. Ancient diets were rougher, less processed, and usually far less sugary. That mattered more than people think. Teeth were not getting the same constant pressure from the sugary foods that now seem to be in everything, including things that should not even qualify as food if we are being honest. And that is where the first twist appears. Cavities are not caused by teeth being weak. They're caused by bacteria eating the leftovers we leave behind. When those bacteria feed on sugar and certain carbohydrates, they produce acid. That acid slowly wears away the enamel, and once the enamel is damaged, the damage starts moving inward. So the real problem is not just having teeth, it's giving bacteria the perfect fuel to attack them. Ancient humans, for the most part, were not doing that nearly as much. Their food choices were different, their access to sugar was limited, and their mouths were not being bombarded with sweet, sticky material all day long. But diet is only part of the story. There's also the issue of modern food softness. Our ancestors chewed harder, rougher food that required more work from the jaw. That may sound unrelated, but it affected how dirt and plaque behaved in the mouth. Crunchy, fibrous foods can help scrape surfaces a bit more than soft, processed ones. That doesn't mean ancient humans had perfect mouths, because they definitely didn't, but it does mean their teeth were not constantly living in the same sugary swamp that modern teeth often have to endure. If you're enjoying these weird human history breakdowns, that's exactly what this channel is built for. The stuff that looks normal now usually makes the least sense once you step backward far enough. There's another very important reason ancient humans may have had fewer cavities. Many of them simply didn't live long enough for cavities to become the main problem. That sounds brutal, because it is, but it matters. Teeth can hold up for a while, even when life is harsh, and a lot of the severe dental issues we think of today become more common the longer someone lives and the more wear and tear their teeth accumulate. Ancient humans faced danger from disease, injury, predators, starvation, and 1,000 other things that could end a life long before dentistry ever became an issue. So part of the story is not that their teeth were invincible, it's that their lives were very different, and the timeline for dental decay looked different too.
That is the ugly little reality behind a lot of ancient comparisons. We often imagine the past as some simpler version of today, but it was not simpler. It was just harsher in different ways. A cavity might have mattered, but so did everything else. If your food was tough, your sugar was low, and your lifespan was short enough, the teeth had a better chance of surviving the battle. There's also evidence that ancient populations had different oral bacteria than modern people do. That is a subtle part of the story, but it matters. The mouth is not just teeth, it is a living ecosystem. The kinds of bacteria present in ancient mouths were shaped by diet, environment, and daily habits. Once agriculture spread and diets changed, the balance of that ecosystem changed too. More starch, more sugar, more frequent eating, and more processed food all shifted the mouth into a condition that cavities absolutely love. Ancient humans did not create that environment nearly as efficiently as we do now. Humanity really did invent a system that feeds the enemy all day and then acts shocked when the enemy wins. The transition to farming changed everything. Before agriculture, humans were getting a rougher, less predictable food supply. After agriculture, grains and other starch-heavy foods became more common. That gave bacteria more to work with, and over time, cavity rates increased. So the rise of civilization came with a strange trade-off. We gained stability, stored food, and new ways to survive as societies, but our mouths started paying for it. The body, once again, was not consulted about the deal. And that's the deeper lesson here. Ancient humans did not avoid cavities because they were magically better at oral hygiene. They avoided them because their environment, diet, and daily life made cavities less likely in the first place. Fewer sugars, rougher foods, different bacteria, shorter lifespans, and different eating patterns. It was a whole system, not one miracle trick. The modern world, on the other hand, created an environment where teeth are under near constant attack. We snack more, eat more sugar, and process food into forms that are easier for bacteria to exploit. Then we act surprised when our enamel files a complaint. So why did ancient humans rarely get cavities? Because their mouths were living in a very different world. Not a perfect one, not a painless one, just one where teeth were not constantly being fed the conditions they need to decay. That's the real answer. Cavities are not a mystery of modern weakness. They are a consequence of modern abundance, modern food, and modern habits that ancient humans never had to deal with. Which means the old idea of the past was healthier is only half true. Ancient humans had fewer cavities, yes, but they also had a harsher life, rougher food, less sugar, and very different survival pressures. Their teeth were not lucky, their mouths were just living under a different set of rules. And that's the part worth remembering. The reason ancient humans rarely got cavities is not because their teeth were special. It's because the world around them had not yet become a bakery for bacteria.